Good evening, Fiji and the Pacific. Authorities have revealed the Methodist Church allegedly breached conditions of a permit that was granted to hold their standing committee meeting today. Government spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Naomi Leweni says the church failed to adhere to the certain conditions laid out to them. He says they will now seek an explanation from the Methodist Church on why the conditions of the permit were not adhered to.
Although the Methodist Church had their annual conference cancelled by authorities, attempts were still made to get a permit for their standing committee meeting. Church authorities had earlier this week put in a request to the Commissioner of Police for a permit for their meeting to be held today. The request was granted, however attached were certain conditions which they agreed to abide by. But it has now been revealed the church breached the conditions laid out for them.
As we know, we found out that they've breached that condition, and we'd just like to say that the authorities are aware of that, and we'll have discussions with the Methodist Church later on.
Leweni says they only came to find out when the meeting was already in process.
The understanding was that they will comply with the conditions. Now that we know that they haven't, then the appropriate actions will be taken.
We asked him what were the possible repercussions the church would face.
There's no repercussions. We'll just sit as responsible people and discuss the issues, and we'll sort it out there and then.
Aren't there consequences? I mean, obviously they were set out not to do this. They went ahead and breached it under the public emergency regulations. What happens to a person who does?
Well, like I said, we will go in. We will call them to come and meet with the authorities, explain their situation, and we'll take it on from there.
Attempts were made to obtain a comment from the Methodist Church when this bulletin was prepared. Rachana Nath, One National News.
A short while ago, Methodist Church President Reverend Ame Tungawe told One National News they haven't breached any conditions of the permit. He did confirm, though, that one of the conditions was that Reverends Manasa Lansaro and Tomasi Kanelangi not attend the meeting. Reverend Tungawe told One National News they attended today's standing committee meeting. Details of the meeting will be released by the General Secretary to the members soon, according to Reverend Tungawe.